Hi, second graders. Welcome back to Social Studies. We have been looking at how to be good citizens, and we've learned that being a citizen means that you do something. You don't just sit there and do nothing. You do something as a citizen. And what we strive to do, what we hope to do, is to help our communities and make them better, right? When something is wrong, we try to make it right. We try to make sure everybody's rights are respected. So we took a look at some people and ways that they helped their communities and things that they did to do that. So the very first person that we looked at was Audrey Faye Hendricks. She was the 9-year-old girl who marched, right? So she saw that segregation was wrong. So she stood up and said, "No, this is not okay. I'm going to march to make a change." Let's take a quick look at Audrey Faye Hendricks. This was her when she was 9 years old. Now, she looks different now because she's older, but that's her. After we learned about Audrey, we took a look at Harriet Tubman. And Harriet Tubman, remember, she lived in a time where there was something called slavery, right? And she was enslaved by these people. But she ran away to freedom. And not only did she do that amazing thing of freeing herself, she also went back and freed hundreds of other people. So she cared not only about herself, she cared about other people. She was so brave. So let's take a look at Harriet Tubman again. This is her, Harriet Tubman. And again, she helped other people get to freedom, not just herself. Then after that, we looked at two people, Hiawatha and the Peacemaker. And what did they do? Well, they saw that there was all this fighting going on, remember? So they shared a message of peace and forgiveness. They said, stop fighting. We need to stop fighting each other. So they went to all these different tribes and brought peace, right? So what can we do? We can share messages with people. Now, there's not a good picture of them, so I just have the book cover, but you can see this is Hiawatha, and the guy that's like with the face paint in this white cloak is the Peacemaker. And then last but not least, the last person we've talked about was Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. And what did these two people do? Well, they joined together for a cause, right? They got a bunch of people to come together to make a change, right? And so let's look at them real quick. This is Dolores Huerta and this is Cesar Chavez. So together, they worked together to make a change. They joined a cause together. Now today, we are going to be looking at how we can do something. Because these people, even though we celebrate them and they have done amazing things, they're just regular people. They're people who said, you know what, I'm going to trust God. I'm going to trust that I can do something. And they made a choice and said, hey, I'm going to do something. If they didn't make that choice, we wouldn't be learning about them today. So we can make choices to help our communities too. So today I'm going to show you 4 different causes that we could be a part of. And the causes, there's more causes than just these 4 that I'm going to talk about. But I picked these 4 because you guys have actually talked to me about them. You have told me things that you think are important about them. And so I thought these would be these would be 4 good causes that we could maybe think about being a part of. Okay, so after I share these 4 causes, you're going to get to vote which one you would like to be involved in. Which one do you want our class to really take time and do something about? Okay, so let me introduce you to the different causes that we have. So the very first cause that I want us to look at is the movement or the message of Black Lives Matter and also Black Girl Magic. They kind of go hand in hand. They're very similar, a little different. So Black Lives Matter. This is again, a movement and a message to say, hey, Black lives are important. You need to treat Black lives with love and respect and honor. And you cannot just treat someone differently because of the color of their skin. And we know from Audrey, we know from Harriet that in the past, people have not done a very good job of showing that Black lives matter. And even today, there's still things that happen that are like, whoa, it's important. This message is still important to be said and to be shared. And so we can get involved in sharing this message that Black lives matter. And then also there's this message that there's this Black girl magic, that Black women have this power about them. They're so magical. They have, they're strong. They are fierce. They are powerful, you know? So that's another message that we can also spread along with Black Lives Matter. So that's one of our choices. So if this is really important to you, hey, this could be one of the ones that we focus on. Another thing that I've noticed that a lot of people are passionate about and have talked about is the environment and making sure that we have it clean, that we take care of it, all those things. So we can also be a part of spreading this message of helping the earth. And there's also things that we can do to help the earth. So that's another cause, the environment. Then again, I've also heard a lot of people talking about people who are homeless, who don't have a home, or who are in poverty, which means they don't have that much money, right? They're in need of money. So we can do things, again, we can do things to help with this cause of homelessness and poverty. And then the very last one that I've heard people talk about is bullying. A lot of you guys are, in a school, anytime you're actually, even adults, anytime you're in a group of people, there's sometimes going to be bullying happening. You might see it on the internet. You might see it inside classrooms. You might see it on the playground. Bullying happens. What can we do to help with this problem? So, these are our 4 different causes: bullying, homelessness and poverty, the environment, and Black Lives Matter or Black Girl Magic. Every single one of these, guys, is important. No one is better than the other. They're just each very important on their own. They're each important. So I want to know which one you guys are passionate about. Which one do you really want to focus on as a class? And so what your goal is today is you are going to vote. You're on Seesaw, you're either going to make a video or you're going to write on the notepad telling me which cause you would like our class to focus on. And then I will look at everybody's answers, and the one that has the most votes will be the one that we focus on as a class. But I do encourage you, boys and girls, you do not just pick one cause in your life and you just do that. Usually, and the most helpful citizens, they get involved in all kinds of causes. So if you are like, I want to do all 4, great. Please do. Talk to your family. See, what can we do as a family to get involved in all 4 of these and not just in one? But as a class, just to make sure that we can focus and really help a cause, we're going to pick one for now. Maybe we'll do another one later on, but for now, we're going to pick one. Okay? So go ahead and vote. That is your assignment. And then I'll make the announcement later on. Okay? I'm excited to see what you guys are passionate about, what you guys want to focus on. And again, just pick one of the causes.